Have you ever thought about doing something adventurous, something different in your life, just something to challenge you? Have you allowed life to just drift by and not actually take an action on those thoughts or ideas? Well, I have to admit that's been me. I used to talk about with my ex-husband, talk about travelling the world on a motorbike, and contemplated that numerous times throughout a time. Also, there was a time during the 90s when the Australian Geographic would advertise for couples to go live in remote areas in Australia. I always thought about making an application, and I just thought it'd be such an interesting thing to do. I think I even got the application form one year, but never followed through with it. I just seemed to allow life just to pass by and allow things and circumstances or even my own fear to get in my way. And throughout my life, I've always read adventure stories, and there's two particular stories that come to mind. Tracks and the Barefoot Bushwalk. Tracks is actually coming out as a movie in Australia shortly, and I think it's already out overseas, and it's about a woman in the 1970s who walks across the desert of Australia. Barefoot Bushwalker, that is about a woman who lived through, I think it's about the 20s and 30s, was her main period, and she would walk barefoot in the bush in Australia, and she actually travelled all over the world and hiked all sorts of amazing places as well. I watched the Alistair Humphreys TED Talk, and I was just really inspired by his ability to just go out there and cycle the world for 4 years. After watching that I made the decision that I just needed to get out there and do what I'd been thinking about doing for the past 8 years of completing the Tasmanian Trail. I love Tasmania. I love what it has to offer. I wouldn't say this trail is particularly the most spectacular walk that you can do in Tasmania, which I hope to do some of the more spectacular walks in the future, but it's more about the challenge of walking for 480 kilometres from Devonport to Dover that appeals. I'm really looking forward just to the adventure of what may be on this walk, on this trail, a day-to-day process of walking from one point to the next, setting up camp, taking time out to look at things and photograph things along the way. I'm really looking forward to the end point, when I get to do just that feeling that I will have to feel like that I have actually accomplished this, that I've taken on a challenge and set myself a challenge. I trained for this challenge. That is my goal, and I'm just looking forward to celebrating that with me, celebrating that with my partner who's supported me all the way, and also celebrating it with my friends. So if you set your mind to doing something, you can accomplish it. I encourage anyone who has wanted to do an adventure to try and make that time out.